Fear has access to our imagination. Is that a problem or is that a solution? Let's find that out till the end of today's video. Hello my friends, I'm Khobi from My Psyche Counseling Services. I hope you guys are doing great. In today's video, let's explore the interaction between fear and imagination. What's fear? Fear is often a response we have towards a threat in our environment. When we were cavemen or cavewomen, it was in response to a predator in our surrounding. A lion in the jungle was a threat to us, so it was a physical threat. Nowadays, in modern world, it's a lot more complex. Our fear is in response to many factors that can be psychological, sociological, financial, social, as I mentioned already, and it can be emotional. So it can be in response to many factors that we can feel fear towards. Now, there is a perceived threat in those kind of situations. What do I mean by perceived threat? You're not already there to say that, okay, this is right in front of me and I'm threatened by this. But there is an interpretation of your mind that is involved to make it seem as a difficult situation or a threatening situation. Now, when this fear is interacting with our imagination, then we have something as a problem. Imagination is possibilities in the future. When you're a child, you want to be an astronaut. You feed that dream, you nurture that dream, and then you seize the opportunities in your surrounding, in your context, in your environment to achieve that dream of becoming an astronaut. Imagination usually doesn't have any boundaries. For example, creativity. You can be unlimitedly creative on what you're making. You're a poem, you're writing poetry. It's almost going to never stop. Almost it's not something in a container that would be emptying. Now that is also a concern about imagination that has no boundary. It can go too far in negative context. And when it's interacting with our fear, then it paints a very too far and a very negative picture of how your future or how that problem that you're trying to focus on is going to be. And this is the solution in itself, to know that whenever you're thinking about a fear of losing a relationship, fear of losing a job, know that your imagination is playing with your mind to paint a darker, gloomier, and more negative picture than it actually would be so when the situation happens. So reality usually comes with its own constraints and limitation, and that's probably a good thing to know that even though your imagination does not have a boundary and takes you to a limitless fear zone, the reality would help you to actually cope with the situation quite well. In cases of job loss, people moved on to better jobs, more fulfilling jobs. In cases of relationships and the fear of losing that relationship, some people got settled with a really good relationship that met all of their needs or most of their needs, to be more realistic. So it's important to know that imagination can sometimes take you too far and too scary for a situation that might not be that much scary. Again, an example as a child is that when you're a child and you're afraid of a monster under your bed, that's a good example of imagination. So use your imagination towards your creativity, expressing yourself towards nurturing your dreams, but watch out when imagination is trying to scare you about something that you are very much equipped to deal with. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.